You know that feeling, right? That knot in your stomach, the thoughts that just won't stop racing? We all know what stress feels like. It's that sense of being under pressure when life is just coming at you way too fast. But here's a thought. What if the goal isn't to get rid of stress entirely, but to get better at handling it? We're about to dive into what stress really is and build a practical toolkit you can use starting today to reclaim your peace.
Honestly, this idea right here is a total game changer. We've been taught to think that stress is the villain of the story, but it's not. It's our reaction to it that makes all the difference. So if we can change our response, well, we can pretty much change everything. And that right there is the key that's going to unlock this whole journey for us. All right, so to build a better response, we first have to understand the machine we're working with, our own bodies. I mean, what's actually going on inside of us when we feel that pressure building? Let's decode it. So at its core, stress is really just a biological signal. It's not good, it's not bad, it just is. Think of it like your body's ancient built-in alarm system. It's designed to go off whenever it senses any kind of demand or challenge. It's a completely natural process, and believe it or not, sometimes it's actually really useful. And here's how that alarm system works. It all kicks off the second your brain senses a challenge. Right away, it starts pumping out hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. And no, that's not a mistake. Your body is literally preparing you to take action, making you super focused and alert. This is that famous fight or flight response in action. But here's where it gets tricky, and this is the crucial difference. In the short term, that hormonal rush can be like a superpower, right? It sharpens your focus, it motivates you to get stuff done. The problem is when that alarm system gets stuck in the on position. That's chronic stress, and its effects are the things we really want to avoid. That drained energy, the terrible sleep, and just that major hit to our overall well-being. So, you might be asking, why is our alarm system always on? Well, in our modern world, the threats aren't exactly lions in the grass anymore. Nope. They're emails, they're deadlines, they're endless notifications. Let's take a look at where all this constant pressure is coming from. Yeah, these probably look pretty familiar, don't they? They can come from outside sources, like work deadlines or money worries. But take a look at that last one, our own thoughts and expectations. A lot of the time, the heaviest pressure we feel actually comes from inside our own heads. And that right there is a crucial piece of the puzzle. Okay, so we've got a handle on the problem. Now for the good part. The solutions. This whole next section is all about action. We're going to build a toolkit filled with practical, science-backed strategies to help you manage all these pressures way more effectively. We've got 10 really powerful strategies lined up for you. But listen, don't think of this as some overwhelming checklist you have to do perfectly. Think of it more like a menu of options. You can pick and choose what works for you in this moment to start making a real change.
Our very first tool is one you have with you all the time, and you can use it anywhere. When you're stressed out, your breathing gets all short and shallow. This simple technique flips that switch. Seriously, let's try it. Inhale slowly for 4, hold it for 4, and now a long, slow exhale for 6. What you're doing is sending a direct message to your nervous system, telling it, hey, it's okay, you can calm down now.
Now, since a lot of our stress starts in our heads, our next few strategies are all about the mind. It can start with just the voice in your head. Instead of, I can't do this, maybe try, I'll do the best I can. Then give your brain a real break. Disconnect from the screens, even for just a few minutes. And things like mindfulness and gratitude, think of them like going to the gym for your brain. You're training it to focus on what's good and what's happening right now. Of course, your mind and your body are totally connected, so physical strategies are just as critical. Movement is medicine, for real. Exercise releases these natural mood boosters called endorphins. Fueling your body with good food gives it the resources it needs to handle pressure. And sleep. Oh, sleep is not a luxury. It is non-negotiable. It's when your brain actually repairs itself and recharges for the next day. And yeah, speaking of rest, this number is so key. We're not just talking about some vague idea of getting more sleep. The target is specific. 7 to 8 hours of quality rest every single night. I promise you, this is one of the most powerful stress busters you have. Finally, let's look at how we engage with the world and the people around us. Connection is an amazing antidote to stress. Just sharing what you're going through with someone you trust can literally make the load feel lighter. And just as important is learning to set boundaries. Learning to say no isn't selfish, okay? It is absolutely essential for protecting your own energy. I mean, this says it all, doesn't it? This is the perfect way to think about why setting those boundaries and taking care of yourself is so important. If your own cup is empty, if your energy is totally depleted, you have absolutely nothing left to give, not to your work, not to your family, not to anything.
Okay, so all these tools are fantastic for dealing with stress in the moment. But the long-term goal here is to go beyond just managing. It's about building lasting resilience.
And let's be really clear about what resilience actually is. It is not about building some kind of wall around yourself so challenges can't get to you. It's about developing the flexibility and the inner strength to face those challenges head-on, learn from them, and then bounce back even stronger than you were before. And the best part? It's a skill you can build.
So, how do you build it? Well, you stay flexible, because life rarely goes exactly according to plan. You actively look for the lesson inside every tough situation, and this is so important. You celebrate the small wins, acknowledging that progress, no matter how small, is what builds the momentum and the confidence you need for whatever comes next. So, as we wrap up, just remember this. Stress is always going to be a part of life. There will always be challenges, but they do not have to control you. You now have the tools, you have the power to calm your mind, to refocus your energy, and to find your peace again. And that brings us to our final, and honestly, our most important question. This isn't just about learning stuff, it's about doing stuff. So, looking at everything we just talked about, what is one small step you can take today to reclaim your peace? Maybe it's that 5-minute walk. Maybe it's just one deep breathing exercise. Or maybe it's just saying no to one tiny request. That one step, that's where all the change begins.